About a year ago, players in RuneScape discovered if you get the highest invocation raid you can possibly get and 8 players in the raid, all of the monsters have increased hit points. And increased hit points in old school RuneScape means you get bonus experience. With this bonus experience, they were able to get some insane XP rates. 2 mil an hour plus for range, 800k an hour plus for the melee stats. Unfortunately, this method was patched. Some of you might not know this, but for years, I've been trying to figure out the best possible way to get melee combat XP in old school. You know how everyone uses Obsidian in Nightmare Zone? That's because of me. And 5 years ago, I posted a video on a weird way to get 300,000 strength XP per hour. But I'm still on my mission. We can do better than that.
M25 got a whip that calmly. Man try beef my doggy. Warzone thing, how come for a party? My little nigga can't lose that cash. I drop YGs do it.
So this is where it all started. Here at the Necrials. Years and years and years ago, I quote unquote discovered, someone else had discovered it, but I didn't know that. I discovered it myself. So I thought I was the person to discover it, but people had been doing this for a little while. People sat here at the Necrials. Okay. They potted up. They had one account. Just go ahead and I don't have 75 Slayer. Right, as I was saying, they'd have one account attack all of the Necrials standing in this exact spot right here. They would have 2 accounts dancing in front of the Necrials in order to stack them all up on the same tile. Once they're all stacked up on the same tile, I can go ahead and pray piety on my main. I'm potted up and I can start speccing down the Necrials for massive XP drops. 1.6k XP drop. 1.5k XP drop. And then I start spec transferring on my other accounts. More massive XP drops, just constant massive XP drops like this. Prior to the light bearer, people would just run back to their house, get their spec back. Now that the light bearer is a thing, you don't really need to do that. You can just sit here specking non-stop and, well, not non-stop. You have to, wait a little bit sometimes for the respawns. But I get massive XP drops there. You can see it says 500k XP per hour. Obviously, that's going to go down a little bit. I got to tag all the monsters. We have to wait until they're all stacked up. But it's a crazy amount of XP per hour. Once they're all stacked again, just like that, a 2k XP drop. As you can see, after a little while, we run out of specs. We have to wait for them to come back. We sit on about 450k strength XP per hour, which is amazing. However, what is not amazing is that it requires 80 Slayer to be able to attack these monsters. There are other monsters we can use. This is about as good as it's going to get. 400 and something k XP per hour in absolute max strength, but you have to have 80 Slayer. And then so I started, I need to find something else. I need to find something else that I can attack, something else that I can kill, something else that's going to give me some crazy XP per hour. And also, ideally, something a little more AFK than this. All right, I have to play 10 accounts for this. I kind of just want to sit back, hand on cock game. So this is how I've been training my accounts. This is how I've been training my alt accounts to get their ranged up. I've been stacking up 5 shamans in a 100-man raid, and I've been getting 906k XP per hour. But if you include the setup time with that, probably drops back to about 800k XP per hour overall. I set these up, I sit back for 30 minutes with my rigger on and a couple of Divine Bastion potions, hand on cock gaming. It's absolutely bing chilling. Now, if you're familiar with the Iron Man Max speedruns that are on YouTube at the moment from JCW and Hibojuang, I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry, I probably butchered that, man. But what they did was they used 100-man scaled mystics. And in the background here, you can see I'm currently in the process of getting the 100-man scaled mystics to 0 stats so they can't harm me. Once everything's comfortably at 0, this thing can't hurt me anymore, and I just start ranging it. And if I go ahead and reset the XP per hour here, you're going to see just how criminal this is. Yes, your eyes do not deceive you, ladies and gentlemen. That does say 2.2 million ranged XP per hour. Now, before you get on Reddit and say this is absolutely broken and it shouldn't be in the game, just remember, guys, it took me 20 minutes to set this up. I needed 10 RuneScape accounts to do it. It's very dangerous. This is not something that people are going to be able to do. On top of that, when I tried to set this up for myself, I was getting somewhere between 1 and 1.2 million XP per hour, which is basically the same as the Monkey Madness 2 tunnels in max gear. Is this good? It's definitely good. It's not game breaking though. What it is very good for is for Iron Men, because as you can see, I get a lot of XP per chin. Because the XP is boosted inside the raids, per chin, I get way more XP than I would if I was just throwing them at the Monarchal Monkeys. So if you're an Iron Man, this might be something worth looking into. However, I gotta warn you guys, people do set this up. People do Mystic chinning for Iron Man. It is outrageously expensive. Definitely not worth it. But we're not here to talk about the range training, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about the strength training. Now, this thing is 0 defense. I'm going to go ahead and reset all my XP per hour, add the strength to the canvas for the Scythe of Atua, and I'm just going to sit here AFK swiping this thing with a scythe. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a Salve Amulet on here. I don't have the Salvami, which would give me bonus XP. Now, the bonus XP for the Mystics comes out to be about 15% extra. The accuracy doesn't matter at all because you have 100% accuracy. This thing's 0 defense. But as you can see, around 320k strength XP per hour sat here at the Mystics. So add on an extra 15% from that, you're looking at like 365k XP per hour. Literally just being chilling, hand on cock gaming, absolutely taking the Michael. This is great stuff. Now, I'm definitely not wasting this opportunity to get some more range XP on my ult, but as you can see, 320k XP per hour, definitely nothing to scoff at. However, the Mystic only has 8,000 hit points. It takes 20 minutes to set this up, and you're going to be AFKing for like maybe 15 minutes before you have to spec down another Mystic. All of these Mystics together, for ranged XP, you're going to get about 700,000 experience. So the AFK time here, not really worth it. My first thought was Guardians. I start the raid. I follow my main account on all of my ults. I run them all to the Guardian room. Once here, I load up my AK-73 BGS and let her rip. Now, even though I can't hit any damage with my BGS on the Guardian, the defense reduction still works. As you can see, this Guardian now only has 60 strength. After a couple more BGSs, that's gonna go down to 0. And there it is, 1 strength. It can now only hit me once. So what we can do is reset our XP per hour. We can sit here, AFK, next to the Guardian, and just hit it for yonks, ages. Now, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, AFK, we're getting about 170k XP per hour. The best you can get at Nightmare Zone in a max setup, if you're really sweating it, is like 180k. So AFK, just chilling with a 3-minute setup, is pretty good here at the Guardians. On top of that, it's got 7,000 hit points, 8,000 to start with, and there's 2 of them. So about 16,000 hit points. You can just chill in AFK here. Not too bad at all. But we can do better. I'm using the same method I used for the Mystics to get the Mutter dial down to 0. Get it to 0 defense, throw in 20 arc lights, and then do about 1,000 BGS damage to take away his range and mage level. So once again, once this bad boy is 0, it has absolutely 0 stats, as you can see here. Wow, 4 of all stats, so basically 0. I can just sit here, AFK, once again, hand on cock gaming, and we'll see how high the XP per hour climbs. As you can see, ladies and gents, we are sitting pretty here at about 380k XP per hour with the Scythe of Atua, which, considering the fact that I'm literally just standing here doing absolutely nothing, like I'm 100% AFK here, 380k XP per hour. I mean, come on, ladies and gents. How are you going to say no to this? The issue, of course, once again, quite a big setup time. It took me 42 minutes to get this one going. And unfortunately, we had to chop the tree. If I kept the tree alive, this would have around 20,000 hit points, 25,000 hit points. But because we didn't chop the tree, it has 12,500. So this is going to last us maybe a little bit under 30 minutes if we were to sit here AFK in this the whole time. So is it good? Of course it's good. If it takes half an hour to set up and we get half an hour of 360k XP an hour, that's still 180k XP an hour. AFK. The same as maximum sweat Nightmare Zone. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, we can do better than this. And this is the holy grail, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I've stumbled upon. And that is Tekon. And I know you're all wondering how the hell this is gonna work, all right? Just sit back, relax, watch, and enjoy while I make this Tekon turn into a chicken. 2 Dragon Warhammer specs, walk in on the ult, spec transfer, whack the BGS on. 2 BGS specs, send the ult in, spec transfer, another 2 BGS specs, send another ult in, another spec transfer. Now, eventually, this is going to get down to 0 defense, which you can see it is there on my ult account. Once it's at 0 defense, whack the arc light on. Now, we're going to need 20 arc light specs here. 1,000 attack and strength will go down to 0 with just 20 arc light specs. 20 arc light specs later, and it is at 0 stats. There's nothing this Tekon can do to me now. Have a look at this. Monster Examine, 4 strength, 4 attack, and now I can just sit here. Hand-on cock gaming. Once again, ladies and gentlemen. We just sit back, we scythe the big bad bitch that it is, and we wait for it to go back to its anvil. This is not 100% completely AFK. It can never be 100% completely AFK. Because when it goes back to its anvil, we have to dodge the flames that come out at us, all right? That's just something we have to do. It's just the cost of business, really. But it has taken 7 minutes to set this up, and now it's fully ready to AFK. Now, there's something you'll notice about Tekon that is a little bit different to the other monsters in this raid that we have looked at so far. And what's the big difference, ladies and gentlemen? Every time Tekon goes back to his anvil, he will restore his hit points. And because you're in a 100-man scale raid, there is no way to do enough damage to out-damage the heal that Tekon does when it goes back to its anvil. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Your eyes do not deceive you. 300,000 strength experience per hour, relatively AFK. You only have to pay attention to the falling debris, and even if you die, you just run back from the start of the raid. It's such a short run, you just come back straight into the room. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, Dick is your cousin. Every time you get 50% back here on your special attack energy, you simply just arc light one more time, bang. All of a sudden, it's 0 stats again. If we have a look on my ult account here, 1 arc light takes it back to basically 1 stats. It's got 14 defense, but every time you get 50%, just throw an arc light in, bing, chillin'. It's gonna have 15,000 hit points for the rest of the time you're in here, and you can sit here for the entire 6-hour log. You will not get kicked out. But it gets even better, ladies and gents. Even with 91 strength, not even near max stats, and not even near max strength, guys, I'm getting 230k XP an hour here. Just AFKing. Chilling back, relaxing, maxing all cool, shooting some B-ball outside of the school. Now, if I get Tekon down to all 0 stats, which I've once done again here, once again done, once done again, once again done, and I go ahead and reset the XP per hour, we've got the scythe, but I've also got 10 accounts here ready to special attack transfer with Dragon Claws. This is going to allow us to get some insane XP rates. We saw around 300k an hour on Tekon with just the scythe. Now let's see what that looks like if we have the claws out. Hey, I'm sat here on about 350k XP per hour, and I've just realized that I've forgotten my torture, and I'm wearing a salve amulet. So this probably goes up a little bit more, probably like 360, 370k XP per hour. Why am I wearing a salve amulet, you might ask yourself? Well, that's because I filmed the next clip before I filmed this one, because it gets better. All right, this is easily the stupidest idea I've ever had, but right now I'm in the middle of getting all of these mystics here to 0 defense. This one's on 8 defense. This one's on 1 defense. Then I'm going to aggro the next one. I'm going to do the same thing. All right, I'm in the process of getting them all down to 0 defense. Okay. I have got it all set up. I messed up with one of the mystics, so it's over here. But right now, I've got a full stack, an absolute staximum of mystics right here. And we are about to get the most attack XP in the game. I don't know how much this is going to be, but I know for sure it's going to be over a mil. Okay, I don't know for sure, but I'm really hoping that it's going to be over 1 million XP per hour because that would be absolutely insane. So here we go. I'm potting up with the Salvon, the Dinulus Bulwarkington, the special attack. This Mystic has 0 stats. All the Mystics in the stack have 0 defense. Let's get it. 1.5k XP drop. 3,000 experience drop. I just got 3,000 experience drop. Oh my god. This is insane. I knew it was going to be over 1 mil XP an hour. I knew it was going to... It's 1.5. I've run out of spec transfer ult, but it's 1.5 million XP per hour. And we're going to get specs back in a second. This is criminal. 1.06 mil XP per hour once it's all settled down. If I had unlimited spec transfer ults, this could end up being 1.5 mil for sure. But this is absolutely crazy, dude. I cannot believe I'm getting 3k XP drops right now. Like 3,000 experience in one hit. That 3k XP drop is never gonna get old, bro. It's never gonna get old. I can see you doing this shit all day, dude. I can see you doing this all day. That was a 4k XP drop. 39996. That's too many nines, but oh my god, 4k. I've just found out that the Din's Bulwark has a special attack that reduces monsters' defense. Or highest attack stat. What? It drains all of the stats. I just went to 0 the next one because I didn't want to waste an opportunity to chin a stack. And they're all 0 already. Since when has that been a thing? But anyway, of course I'm not wasting an opportunity to chin a stack. Come on. I've also just realized, sat here chilling, we used the Mystics for like what? 340k XP an hour AFK before? But the problem was we couldn't get all of the Mystics. If I just Din's Bulwark spec down all of them, all of their stats go away. So instead of only being able to use 1 for 8,000 hit points, I can use all 15 for 8,000 hit points each. I could AFK here for ages. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got 1 mil XP per hour. Is it practical? Absolutely not. If you want to maintain over 1 mil XP per hour, you would need a team of like 25 gamers. And when I say 25 gamers, I mean like you would need like you and 2 buddies that have 10 accounts each, you know? So is the average RuneScape player going to get 1 million XP per hour? Absolutely not. Can I get 1 mil XP per hour? Absolutely I can. But it's not even practical for me because I'm going to be training my ults up to max stats. If I want to do all 8 of them at the same time, I can just whack them in Nightmare Zone, get like 120, 130k XP per hour. It's completely AFK, completely chill, and I'm doing it on 8 at a time instead of getting one of them 1 mil XP an hour. So not practical, absolutely cool as hell. However, the Tekon AFK one, the Mystics AFK one in the end, could definitely see some use in old school RuneScape. Once again, they're insanely difficult to set up, so this is not going to be used by the average player, but I just thought it was really, really cool and wanted to show you guys. I'm going to keep trying to continue pushing the boundaries of what's possible in old school RuneScape, trying to find some crazy XP methods, especially when I've got 10 accounts to train. But that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Don't forget, guys, I am live on Kick 4 hours after this video goes up. So come check me out, kick.com/evscape. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Join the Discord. Link is in the description. And if you want to jump in the in-game clan, we've got 180 members. I don't really have too much to do with the clan, but the people inside the clan are extremely friendly. They're helping out all the new players. They had an event last weekend where they were teaching new players how to do TOA. All right, the guys in the clan are absolute biblical beasts. So if you guys want to join the clan, I think it's like World 533. All the information's in the Discord, guys. Just jump in the Discord and someone will be able to help you out. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video very, very soon. Take it easy.
M25 got a whip that calmly. Man try beef my doggy. Warzone ting, how come third party? My little nigga can't lose that cash. I drop YGs.